Hi, I'm Patty. Welcome into Red Empress Tarot. Welcome back to my lovely subscribers and welcome to the new people that have just found my channel. I'm so glad that you did. This is a Twin Flame collective reading. It is for people on the Twin Flame journey. I am one of those myself, so I really fully understand the challenges that are on this path. I feel like it's my soul calling to be here, to use my gift to help you find some clarity. There have been so many times where I wish I had some clarity myself, and until I really found some wonderful readers here, I didn't have that. So I'm really grateful for what I've received, and I'm paying that forward. This particular reading is a pick a card reading. There'll be 3 choices, and the subject is, what are the plans Divine Masculine is making? What plans are in Divine Masculine's mind right now? We often look at our counterparts' thoughts and emotions, feelings, but I really want to dig deep this week into the solid plans that they want to make or are making. Okay, what steps are they gonna take? Let's dig into that. The timestamps will be in the description, and I will put up the choices in just a moment here. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. Make sure you're tapping into your intuition. Make sure you're only internalizing the messages that are fitting your story. That's really important. In any collective reading, please just make sure and take that moment to do that, okay? If you're getting a sinking feeling or a negative feeling, it's very likely the message isn't for you. So just be careful. Make sure it's resonating, it's fitting, okay? If you'd like a private reading, the link to that is at the end of this video. It's also in the description box. I do those, and you are very welcome to book one. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, let's get started.
Okay, here are your 3 options for this pick a card reading. Number 1 is the black tourmaline with the Everyday Witch Tarot. Number 2 is the Amethyst Cluster with the Light Seers Tarot. And number 3 is this beautiful rainbow copper stone with the Good Witch Tarot. Go ahead, take a second, tap into your intuition and see which pile jumps out at you. If you're having a problem choosing, go ahead and close your eyes just for a couple seconds. Kind of center yourself, open your eyes back out, and see what comes to you first. You can choose by the stone, you can choose by the card deck, you can choose by the number, or just whatever hits your intuition. There's no right or wrong way. If you need to, pause the video for a minute, take that time, and we'll go ahead and get into the reading.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into the reading. For those of you who chose option 1, which is the black tourmaline with the Everyday Witch Tarot, I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. And I've pre-shuffled some of the cards to kind of cut down on the time in the video. I tend to go a little long, but we will be pulling clarifiers for those. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands reversed, the Page of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, the Emperor, the 9 of Wands reversed, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and pull clarifiers. I'm going to pull from the Witch's Tarot. Spirit, thank you for being here with me today and always. Please make me a clear channel for accurate messages for the collective watching this reading. The message here is, what are in Divine Masculine's plans? What is he planning now, or what is he already planned? Always planning. That's an interesting thing too. Maybe he's been planning for a while. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles clarified by the 7 of Wands. Clarifying the 5 of Wands now, please. Let's clarify the 5 of Wands. We've got the Empress. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Clarify the Page of Pentacles.
Got the Four of Swords. Clarify the Four of Wands, please. Why is the Four of Wands here? We've got 2 clarifiers on that. We've got the Knight of Swords in reverse, and we've got the Nine of Wands. And then clarify the Emperor. Why is the Emperor here in Divine Masculine's plans? Why is the Emperor here in Divine Masculine's plans? Losing a bunch of cards, but we got the Tower. And the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. The Nine of Wands reversed. Please clarify the Nine of Wands reversed, Spirit. Nine of Wands reverse. What do we got? Why is that here? King of Wands. I feel like one more on that. I'm just like I'm feeling like there's something else to be said there. Why was the King? Okay. The Ten of Cups. And then the Ace of Cups. Clarify the Ace of Cups. That new beginning in love. Clarify, we've got the Nine of Cups. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy is Eight of Swords. So the overall reading is about coming out of being stuck, coming out of like a place of being mentally stuck. Okay. I'm going to clarify with some oracle cards. I'm going to use the Island Town Wellness and just grab one more for some of these. So for the Knight of Pentacles, let's get another clarifier for the Knight of Pentacles. With the Seven of Wands already showing us clarifying. Knight of Pentacles, what will clarify that? What will make that super clear for us to understand the message? The Chaser. Okay, that makes sense. Five of Wands in reverse with the Empress here. Why is the Five of Wands in reverse here? Lightning. And we're going to go over all this as soon as I get them all out. Okay, I feel like I've got these. I want to get one for this Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Clarify the Ace of Cups for me with the Nine of Cups showing as the clarifier. So make sure there's only one card there. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Why is that here? What's this new beginning in love about? What are the plans for that? Okay, 2. We've got Keys on a Ring. And we've got Camera. Okay. I'm still feeling like this Emperor, I just want to pull one on the Emperor too. With the Tower and the Knight of Pentacles. Showing us clarifying. One more for the Emperor. Why is the Emperor... Okay, this is the one. Separation. Okay. Bottom of the deck is karmic relationship. So there's something in the plans here about a karmic relationship. Okay. So let's look at this. I'm going to grab some water. Okay. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. What is Divine Masculine planning? He's planning to come forward with a solid offer. He has a solid offer to make, and he's defending that. There are people in his life that he's told about wanting to make this offer to the Divine Feminine, and he's feeling for some reason like he needs to defend his position. It feels like the tables have turned in this connection, and where the Divine Masculine was once the runner, he is now the chaser. So he is having to come after Divine Feminine with that offer. She's no longer chasing him. But maybe it's she has her defenses up as well. I think Divine Feminine has her defenses up. And he's like, okay, I've got to figure out a way to get you to accept this pentacle, accept this small offer, to talk, to clear the air. So he's planning on how to come forward to do that. Like, what's the best way to come forward to Divine Feminine where I can get around her boundaries? Where we don't have to, I don't want fighting, I want talking, I want resolution, I want to explain, I want to apologize, I want to give her space to talk. So part of the plans is about that. The next part of Divine Masculine's plans
is the Five of Wands in reverse. So this is about the karmic. So we've got, for this collective that resonates with this, if you resonate with this Divine Masculine has people in his life, and I believe at least one of these people is a karmic energy. It could be multiple, that are chattering in his ear about what he should and shouldn't do, what job he should and shouldn't take, where he should move, where he needs to stay, who he needs to stay in relationship with. Coming out of this energy, Divine Masculine is making plans to cut out what does not serve his life that way. So the people around him that are chattering in his ear, trying to control him, he's cutting that off. With lightning here, that's sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. So Divine Masculine has received some kind of shocking news about his karmic partner, and that's one of the people or the person in this card, the Five of Wands, is getting cut out. There's been something that's come to light about this karmic partner, about this karmic connection, and he's cutting it off. And I do believe this is a romantic karmic in this one particularly. Okay, and I'm getting that from this overall energy of the reading that was fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go of the karmic relationship. Okay, so a lot of this reading is going to be about a karmic relationship, and it's going to be about his energy that he's been in, about being stuck in it, right? So he knows he wants to come forward to feminine. He's making plans on how he's going to bring that communication. He's making plans to cut this karmic out because he's found something out that doesn't work for him. He's understanding that this is not his person, and he's letting go. The shocking news is causing complete upheaval in this relationship. This karmic is no longer going to be pretending to be the Empress, because this karmic particularly has been in the energy of pretending to be an empress. She's pretending to embody all the queens. She's pretending to be loving and kind and intellectual and all the things that the masculine would like. But the mask is slipping. That shocking news that has come through about her has taken off the mask. The facade is down. He can see he can see who she is now. And he's making plans to completely cut her out. And it sounds so easy, like I'm going to pack my bags and get the fuck out, but it's not always that easy. So sometimes it does take some planning, especially if you live with someone, if you're married to someone, if you have kids with them, it can be really sticky and tangled up. So give him a little time to get his stuff together. Okay, don't expect it overnight. This is making plans to do this, okay? It's in the works. Page of Pentacles. He's building a solid offer. He's trying to build a little foundation. He wants to come forward as, with something tangible, but he's still in kind of a page energy. He's not quite the king yet. He's still in a young energy about making this solid, stable offer. He's not even the knight yet. Here he's the knight. Okay, he knows he wants to come forward with that solid offer, but he's still kind of feeling like a page. Dark night of the soul energy will do that to you. Okay, even if he's a strong person, it's when you're a twin flame and you go through dark night of the soul, it can really knock you to your knees. So he's really feeling in this page energy, and he's putting himself in a timeout, in a respite with this Four of Swords energy, recuperating, rejuvenating, and trying to get past this page energy into being the knight, so he can come forward in a more healthy manner, and eventually trying to get into that king energy where he's really mastered it. He's planning to celebrate. He is planning the celebration between he and his feminine. I see here the masculine wanting to bring this into union and wanting to get together with this feminine and just celebrate being together. Coming out of the Knight of Swords energy, the Knight of Swords rushes in, rushes out, in and out. Knight of Swords in reverse. He's not going to do that anymore. He's not going to rush in and rush out. When he comes in, it's for celebration. He knows that the feminine is going to have her guard up with this Nine of Wands. He's had his guard up with this Nine of Wands. They both have. Got to come out of this energy to get to this celebratory place, and he's making plans for that celebration. He wants that celebratory feeling with the union. Then we've got the Emperor. And we have clarified by the Tower, separation, which is sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future, and the Knight of Pentacles. So he is really planning to embody this Emperor energy. I think he's really trying to get down what all of those king energies signify that go into making an emperor. He's trying to really get down, balancing his heart space, balancing his head space, balancing, everything in his life so he can come forward with this loyalty. Look at the dog at the Emperor's feet. He wants to be loyal. He wants to be steady and stable. There's been a Tower moment that has brought him to this place in his life. Okay? It has to do with separation. When he separated from the divine feminine, it just blew him apart, and he's picking up the pieces and he's putting himself back together, and he's planning, how do I end the separation? What steps do I have to take as a person? How do I grow as a person? And he's really cognizant of the things that he needs to do to grow as a person to become the Emperor. He's making plans to be this person. That's really nice. Once he does, he can come forward. This Knight of Pentacles energy, we see this and we go, oh my God, it's going to take so long. Oh my God. Right? Every time I see it, oh my God, not again, the Knight of Pentacles. But the thing about the Knight of Pentacles that you have to appreciate is that the Knight of Pentacles comes forward slowly, yes, but in the correct way. When he's in his Emperor energy, when he has become the person that he needs to be with the divine feminine, to be on that same level, he can be this Knight of Pentacles. He doesn't have to be the Knight of Swords. He's coming out of this Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords are first. No more rushing in, rushing out. He's changing. He's figuring out, how can I change from this in and out energy to this stable, beautiful energy? This is where he's going with it. And he's making definite plans to be this person. Part of recognizing a problem and fixing it is just admitting that it's a problem. This divine masculine has admitted that he has been in the Knight of Swords energy. Maybe he's been too much in a Wands energy. Maybe he's had too many boundaries up, right? So he's really recognized that problem and is making plans, taking steps to be this in control, loyal person in the Emperor, and embody this Knight of Pentacles energy where he comes through in a stable way. Then we've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. The Nine of Wands upright is all about having boundaries up, being ready for battle at any minute, being kind of paranoid, and rightly so. I've been through so much crap that I just expect more and more and more. I have my boundaries up. Stay away from me because I'll hurt you. That's what the Nine of Wands is about. Well, when we get Nine of Wands in reverse, it's coming out of this energy. He knows he's had his boundaries up way too high. In the Dark Night of the Soul, you just do have your boundaries up because you don't want your divine feminine to come into that and see that. It's embarrassing. It's emasculating. It's all of these things that would feel, and it's not really embarrassing or emasculating, but that's how he feels about it. He's coming out of having his guard up all the time. He's planning that. He's learning he needs to let down his guard, and he's working to do that. He's taking steps. Then we have that clarified by the Knight of Wands, or excuse me, the King of Wands. So that's controlling his passion. It's like, you know, he could have been all over the place before with his passionate energy, in and out energy, you know, lusty energy or whatever, not in his heart space enough, not balanced. And it's like he's balancing it now. The king balances. So he's balancing his wands, his lust energy out, his passionate energy. He's got to get into his King of Cups too. And his King of Swords has got to embody all of those things. And he knows that when he does this, when he lets his guard down, the reason he's letting the guard down is because he wants his Ten of Cups. And he knows that he can't have the happy family, happy wife, happy life kind of energy in his life until he lets her in fully. So letting his guard down, here's the reason. He's taking steps to let his guard down because he wants this. He wants this with his divine feminine. He knows this is his wish fulfillment. This is his life that he wants. And then last in his plans is the Ace of Cups. It's an offer of love. He's planning to come forward to the divine feminine with an offer of love, and look at the kind of magical energy around her head. He's manifesting it. He's actually working on manifestation. This is in his plans. He has a plan to manifest. Maybe he's following law of attraction. Maybe he's really working on focusing on the good, you know, letting the negative and the bad on the wayside, you know, not focusing on that. He's trying to figure out how he can bring forward this offer of love and have it be accepted. He's truly manifesting that. And that's clarified by the Nine of Cups. It's this energy of looking around you. He wants to be able to look around him and just see accomplishment with his feminine. He just wants to get to the place where he can sit down at the table with divine feminine and look at all that we've accomplished. He's really looking toward this future. He's really manifesting. I mean, this is the action, right? This is the plan. The plan is to manifest the Ace of Cups, to bring that forward to feminine. He's figuring out how to do that properly because he wants the Nine of Cups. He wants that abundant energy with her. Also clarifying that is the Camera. Reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past, making memories. He wants to make new memories with her. He wants to take family photos with her, vacation photos, all the things that we love to do with our partner. Part of this Ace of Cups energy is because of this. I want this in my life. I want to make memories. I've learned from my past. I'm ready. I'm ready to figure out how to bring forth this offer of love. And then we've got keys on a ring, clarifying that Ace of Cups. Many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. He's so done with this. If he was in this energy before, he is so done with this. He knows in order to manifest this new beginning, to offer this cup of love and for the divine feminine to accept it, this energy has got to be gone. No more multiple houses, no more multiple partners, no more one night stands, none of that nonsense anymore. Because you know what? Divine feminine won't stand for it, and he knows it. And you know what? He doesn't want it anymore. He doesn't even want it. All he wants is her. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set these aside. And we'll get some channeled messages. I'm going to start with Mystic Moon's Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck. So I'm asking Spirit, is there a message that there is a message that the Watcher's counterpart wants them to have? So your Divine Masculine is saying Spirit of the Wolf. That's very personal for me. Loner, fierce, instincts. Your Divine Masculine has felt like the lone wolf for a long time. He wants you to know that this transformation is taking him out of that lone wolf energy. He wants to be two. He wants to be no longer alone. In all of his previous relationships, he's always felt this way. He's always felt like, even though I'm together with someone, I am still alone. And that's not the best feeling. He may have put it off as, oh, I'm so fierce, you know. But inside, it was a lonely feeling. And Spirit of the Ring, contract, promise, commitment. This is what the Divine Masculine wants with you. He wants a commitment with you. He wants a higher level commitment. He wants a promise between you and he. He wants a contract. That could be marriage. I think for a lot of you it is. This is where Divine Masculine is planning to go. He's planning to come out of this lone wolf energy and get into the two energy, the commitment energy, the couple. And let's get a message from the Messages of Love Oracle cards. Is there a message in here from the Divine Feminine's counterpart, from the Watcher's Masculine? Is there a message in here from the Watcher's Divine Masculine? Something that he would like her to know right now. Support just flipped back, so I didn't take it. But I was supposed to see it. So Divine Masculine wants your support, and he wants to give you support. That's really on his mind right now. That's just a side note. The message from your Divine Masculine is healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. He's been in this healing energy in his dark night of the soul. He is routing out the old wounds, the childhood issues. He's really coming face to face with them and dealing with them and getting to a point where they do not touch his everyday life. So when he comes to you, having healed himself, it won't be the affecting factor in your relationship that it has before. Because it has. Whether you know it or not, when he comes forward with communication, he's going to be explaining to you what these wounds were. So you understand what he's dealt with and what he's overcome. Now, we both overcome wounds and issues on both sides, masculine and feminine. We just happen to be doing a reading from the Divine Masculine perspective right now. So I know that this message is for you, Divine Feminine. But we do need to both look at our healing and get to a place where we're feeling good and in self-love within ourselves to come into union. Okay, this has been your reading, Group 1. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so glad you found my channel. If you would please take a moment to hit that thumbs up on the video. I so appreciate that. If it resonated with you or if you enjoyed the video. Every time you do that, it gets it out to more people that could really use these messages. If you hit the subscribe and the all, you'll be the first to get the notifications on videos when they come out and you won't miss anything. Thank you so much for being with me here today, and we will see you next time. Okay, those of you who chose option 2, the Light Seers Tarot with the Amethyst Cluster, this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to go ahead and set those aside. And I've pre-shuffled the Light Seers cards to save a little time on the videos. I tend to be a little long-winded. I see information and I just want to get it all out there, so I tend to go a little long. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. The question is to Spirit, what are the plans Divine Masculine is making? What are his plans now, or what plans has he already made? What are these tangible steps that he wants to take? And these are not just ideas. This is actual, like, planning out his life. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get clarifiers with the Witch's Tarot. Spirit, please make me a clear and accurate channel for the Twin Flame Collective watching this reading. Please let the messages that come through be for the highest good of everyone involved. Spirits, ancestors, guides, protectors, thank you for being with me here today and always. I so appreciate it. I've lit a candle and I've staged a space and we're all ready to go. Okay. So the Six of Pentacles in Divine Masculine's plans. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Why is the Six of Pentacles here, Spirit? Can you make that really clear for us? Like, that's the one. Six of Cups reversed. Why is the Page of Wands here? Page of Wands. This came out sideways, so I'm leaving it that way. The Ace of Swords. Four of Cups. Why is the Four of Cups here? Eight of Pentacles reversed. Ten of Wands. Why is the Ten of Wands here? We've got the King of Cups. Why is the Knight of Swords here? We got the Sun and the Five of Cups. And why is the Ace of Cups here? Spirit, tell me why the Ace of Cups is here. We've got the Moon, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Pentacles. I'm going to get some more clarifiers with the Island Time Wellness deck. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? We've got healthy choices. Why is the Page of Wands here? Tell me about the Page of Wands with this Ace of Swords sideways. When they do come out sideways like that, very clearly I take them that way. It doesn't happen very often. So there's always a reason. Page of Wands. Heartbroken. Okay. Okay. Why is the Four of Cups here for group 2? Why is the Four of Cups here for group 2 in Divine Masculine's plans? The Eight of Pentacles already showing as a clarifier. Why is the Four of Cups here? Palm tree. Okay. Why is the Ten of Wands here with the King of Cups already clarifying? Why is the Ten of Wands here in Divine Masculine's plans? What does it have to do with Divine Masculine's plans? Girl talk. I'm feeling like this is already very clear and this is already very clear, so I'm going to end that there. The bottom of the deck is the Chaser. The overall energy for this reading is that the Divine Masculine, the tables have turned. Often the Divine Masculine starts out as the runner, and eventually the Divine Feminine learns her lessons, comes into self-love, and stops chasing the masculine. And the masculine is pulled towards chasing the feminine, and that's what's happening in this reading. So that's kind of the overall energy. And the Six of Pentacles in Divine Masculine's plan. The Six of Pentacles is first being clarified by the Six of Cups in reverse. The Six of Cups is my twin flame card in tarot. So, and different readers have it different ways. Some people it's the Two of Cups, some people it's the Lovers. It's just different. Mine particularly is the Six of Cups. The Divine Masculine is planning out how to balance this broken relationship with his twin flame. This is a twin flame card in reverse, so it's a twin flame in separation. He wants to balance out the situation, and he is planning, how do I balance this out? This is not what I want. He's making healthier choices. He's actually in his space, literally listing out healthier choices in love and in life, in self-love and in self-care and in being happier, so he can balance out the situation and be a balanced human, so he can come to his twin flame for a balanced connection and balance out this broken connection and make it new again. So he's actually planning healthier choices for himself, and you should be so proud of him. This is not an easy thing to do. Healthy choices really is one of the keys to this journey, is learning self-love, learning self-care, and learning what to do, what steps to take to make that happen. Page of Wands in Divine Masculine's plans. Why is the Page of Wands here? Well, the Page of Wands is about an immature, passionate energy. In the past, Divine Masculine has been super immature in his passions. With the Ace of Swords sideways, it means that he's been so weirdly sporadic in his communication to Divine Feminine. It's like he'll give her a little here, a little there. This is a breadcrumbing card. It's like he's been breadcrumbing the Divine Feminine, which means just giving her enough communication to keep her hooked, but not enough to be clear. And this is a nasty energy to be in. Breadcrumbing is really an energy that I dislike intensely because it feels so sneaky. It's a way to really keep someone emotionally hooked on you without giving them any reciprocation, anything that they need. He's like planning actually to come out of this energy because it's heartbreaking. He knows that this energy that he's been in has been just breaking the heart of his feminine. And when he breaks the heart of his feminine, it breaks his own heart because we mirror each other. So this energy, this breadcrumbing energy, he's planning to come out of that. He knows that he's doing this now. He might not even understood that he was doing it. He was just doing what benefited him at the time, but he's understanding now that he has to do what benefits both of the partners in this connection, because we are mirrors, because we are connected, we love each other, and to be in a balanced, healthy love energy, we have to have proper communication. And so he is making plans for proper communication to break this immature, passionate energy. Coming out of breadcrumbing, hallelujah. We don't want that. Four of Cups in Divine Masculine's plans. He's been in this really melancholy place. This is such a melancholy card. You know, you got half of this card here is just kind of regular colors, and half is this gorgeous rainbow. And, you know, he's looking over to the plain half at these empty bowls. And we've got this beautiful rainbow of spirit coming out of the other side. He knows that he has to have a flip in perspective. It's like he's been in this melancholy mood, but he doesn't have to be in it. And he knows he needs to take steps in his life to flip his perspective, to see the beauty in the connection. Because this is all about spirit and the beauty and the connection on the other side that he's not looking at right now. Clarified by the Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Eight of Pentacles in reversed is not working on the tangible relationship. He hasn't been putting in any tangible effort into this relationship, hence the breadcrumbing, right? Hence the breadcrumbing. The reason he's been breadcrumbing, just giving a little here and a little there, just enough, just to, like, you know, that text, WYD, which is what are you doing, like, not even in full words, or that hi text, or that what you doing text, and you tell him and then he's done talking. Right? There's no reciprocation in communication. That happens. He hasn't been putting in any work, right? And he knows it. And you know what? It's making him sad. The palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance. He's taking steps to come out of this energy of not putting in any energy. He wants to be stable. He wants to be secure. He wants to have a better performance in this relationship. He wants to grow. He wants it to endure. He wants to be more flexible. So he's making plans to flip his perspective. And he's actually figuring out tangible things that will do this. So this is really good energy to be in. I'm not saying that he has achieved these things. What I'm saying is balancing out the relationship. Better communication. Flip a perspective. This is all of it on his to-do list right now, to get this relationship back to where it needs to be. These are his plans. Whenever we have a big project like this, and this is a big project, this is not a small project, it has to be done in pieces. If you're like me, like I'm a Capricorn, right? So I'm all about lists and getting things in order and following a plan in order to achieve success. And this divine masculine or collective of divine masculines is in that mindset that they understand that they need to make a plan. They need to follow the plan to achieve what they want to achieve. So this 10 of Wands is all about heavy burden. 10 of Wands is like, I have been carrying the weight of the guilt. I have been carrying the weight of my childhood wounds. I have been carrying the weight of more formative wounding, bad relationships, karmic cycles that have been really friggin' heavy, right? He knows that he needs to drop the weight, and he is making plans to drop the weight. And this could be physical weight. Maybe he's gotten to a place where he hasn't been taking care of himself physically, and he's ready to do that again as part of his plan. I feel like for some people out there, that's a message that your divine masculine is like caring about his health again. And you know what? Honestly, who cares if someone is in perfect physical condition? I don't. What I do care is that they care about themselves. I care that I care about myself. And so your divine masculine, I think here, is telling you that he's caring about himself again in different ways. That might be one of them. It could be not necessarily weight, but it could be other ways that he hasn't. Maybe he's been drinking too much. Maybe he's had addictions that he's been dealing with. Maybe he has codependency issues that he's been dealing with. Maybe he's been doing drugs. Maybe he's been smoking too much pot. Stuff like that. I'm not condemning any of those actions in moderation, but what I'm saying is that maybe he's been in like an excessive place and he's dropping that for himself. That's really good. So I feel like this is about physical things in the divine masculine's life, like habits, burdens that he's been carrying, that he's actually planning ways to get rid of. If he's been drinking too much, maybe he's starting to go to AA meetings. Maybe he's researching where they are. Maybe he's learning about that. If he's been having too much casual sex, right? Because sometimes, people mask their pain through casual sex. That can even be an addiction. Maybe he's getting counseling for that. Maybe he's learning healthier ways to cope with his emotions. This could be anything, but it's really coming out of a burden energy. He's making steps. He's making steps to get out of that and get into his King of Cups energy. He wants to be in love. He wants to be in self-love. This King of Cups tells me self-love. This is a king that's mastered self-love. And when you master self-love, you let go of the things that don't serve you. If it doesn't align with you, you drop it, right? When you go through the dark night of the soul, you raise your vibration. And when you've been in a lower vibrational energy and you move to a higher vibrational energy, there are things in your life that become burdensome. They don't align with you anymore, and you need to cut them out to stay in the high vibe energy, to stay in self-love. Girl talk. This is a funny card for divine masculine, but let's not look at the girl part of it. Let's not genderize it. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Coming into his self-love, he's learning that, maybe he was with a karmic partner and he had totally cut off his friends. Maybe he's never been single before, really, and maybe he's learning how good it feels after cutting out that karmic partner to be happily single. Like, it's okay to be on my own. It's getting over those abandonment issues and those problems with being alone. It's good to be happy within your own company. Living in the moment. He's learning to enjoy the now. And if you look at how to manifestation, it's all about living in the moment, enjoying what's now. It's about having fun. And Divine Masculine is getting to that place where he's doing these things, releasing the burdens, making plans to release the burdens, and be in the now, be in self-love. This is really good. Another plan your Divine Masculine has is Knight of Swords in reverse. So the Knight of Swords is all about rushing in and rushing out with limited communication, right? We looked at that before. This breadcrumbing, this no good communication. He knows that he has to come out of this. His communication is a problem for this guy. He really has to take steps to communicate properly, and maybe he's in some kind of therapy for that. Maybe he's talking to people that he admires that are wise. I feel like he's getting some kind of counsel in some way, and it doesn't necessarily have to be formal therapy. It could be counsel from friends, from a father, from brother, from someone he respects, a mother, anyone. So he's planning to get out of that horrible communication energy because he wants his son, he wants happiness. He doesn't want to be in this dark energy anymore. He wants to be happy. This 5 of Cups energy that he's been in, he wants to get out of that. Doesn't want to focus on the negative anymore, as we just talked about with this Girl Talk card, with the living in the moment. He, in his communication style, he knows has a lot to do. And I feel like this is the Divine Feminine in the card. His communication with her has hurt her so deeply that she's really depressed. She's just sad. She's just focusing on the loss of what they used to have. And he needs to get her to see that there's this beautiful possibility left. And in learning to communicate effectively, to communicate what's in his heart, what's in his mind, he can maybe get her to see that there's still a chance. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is about an offer of love, a new offer of love, a new beginning in love. He's planning a new beginning in love with his Divine Feminine. Clarifying that, we have the Moon, which is, again, about communication. It's about coming in and telling the truth. You see these wolves in the back of the card? No longer having the wolves at his back, no longer feeling that he has to hide who he truly is. He can come forward with clear communication, say who he is, reveal his true self, in order to have this Ace of Cups with his Divine Feminine, this new beginning in love. Also clarifying that is the 9 of Pentacles. He understands that he has to be in this beautiful independent energy that, we just saw, happily single, before he can be happy in this new love. You have to love yourself. You have to understand that your happiness comes from within, and that you can be happily single before you can be a couple, a successful couple, where you don't have codependency issues. And the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of the Year. This is, and you can see it's a pentacle. It's the turn of the wheel in a solid way for a solid foundation. So he can bring his cup of love and bring a solid offer. There's a balance here. There's the wand, the sword, the pentacle, the cup. So there's all 4 houses there. It's about moving forward in a balanced way so he can offer this cup of love to his Divine Feminine. This is his plan. This has been a really, really good reading. I'm going to go ahead and put the cards aside, and we're going to grab you some channel messages. Group 2. Okay, I'm going to start with the Mystic Moon Oracle, the Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck. Spirit, is there a message in this deck from the Watcher's counterpart? Is there a message in this deck from the Watcher's counterpart, from the Divine Masculine? Oops. I keep seeing the same card over and over again every single reading that I've been doing lately, and it's the Autumn card. And it's a timing card, and I don't like to do timing cards in readings because timing, when you put a timeline in, it breeds expectation, right? And so if you're feeling like the message is for you, but it really isn't, you know, or maybe only part of the message was for you and that timing card wasn't, because a lot of people can view collective readings. If there's this expectation that something will happen in a certain time frame, and it doesn't happen, you get really, this has happened to me, you get really bummed out. You're just like, oh my God, what's happening? You know, why isn't this happening? They said it was going to happen. I don't dislike timelines because I'm afraid it's not going to be right. I don't worry about that at all. The cards, Spirit's going to bring out what Spirit's going to bring out. But I don't want to breed that expectation, because if your expectation isn't met, you get depressed, you get sad, you get, you know, all of these low vibe things come up, and it lowers your vibration. And I don't ever want to be the reader that lowers your vibration. You know, we're all here to raise each other's vibration. But I will say, I did see the autumn card come out. There could be some shift happening in your connection this autumn. This reading is being recorded in early October, or early to mid-October. So in the next couple of months, you could see some kind of change happening, some kind of progress, which is pretty cool. We'll see. See if it resonates for you, it does. If it doesn't resonate for you, it doesn't. Just take what fits your story. Okay, Spirit, what is the card that the Watcher's counterpart wants to come out? And I just saw it. Spirit of Elixirs. I've never seen this one before. Intoxication, uninhibited, shameless. What I'm getting from this is this is how Divine Masculine feels about Divine Feminine. In this collective, for those this resonates for, he feels intoxicated by her. He feels uninhibited with her. He doesn't feel like he has to hide himself. And I don't think he's ever had that with any other person on the planet. Not in his lifetime. He feels uninhibited. He doesn't have to hide. Shameless. He doesn't have any shame with her. He doesn't have to feel shame. That's a really beautiful energy. Let's get one from the Messages of Love Oracle cards. Is there a message in this deck from the Watcher's Divine Masculine? Is there a message in this deck from the Watcher's Divine Masculine? Is there something he wants her to know for her highest good and for the good of the connection? What does the Watcher's Divine Masculine want? Okay, this didn't flip out, but patience is just here. Really, really work on your patience. That is one of the hardest things as a Divine Femme. I know I'm not a very patient person, but it is one of the really big lessons in this connection. And we need the patience going forward so we can help other people. If we don't learn patience, we can't teach patience. And it's such a big part of the journey. That's why it's so vital. We are teachers. We're light workers as divine counterparts, both of them. Is there a message here from your Divine Masculine? That was just a little message from Spirit, like letting you know, hey, we hate the P word, right? We don't want to be patient. We want our divine counterpart now, but we're not ready for it. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're doing the work, right? You don't do the work for nothing. You do the work so you can be whole within yourself, be healthy within yourself. I also just saw vulnerability. We both have to learn to be vulnerable with each other. Really, really important. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's the most beautiful gift you can give your counterpart. Just being vulnerable with them, trusting them. Okay, what's the message from the counterpart, though? We keep getting spirit messages. What's the message from... Is there a message from the counterpart in here? Let's see. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, there it is. Soulmate. Oh, nice. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you unconditionally. Absolutely beautiful. This is from your counterpart. They want you to know that they love, accept, and respect you. They have unconditional love for you. It may not always feel like it. You know, when they're not with you, when they're not talking to you, they're not communicating well, they're breadcrumbing you of all things. It can feel really bad. Just your soulmate, your twin flame wants you to know. They do love you and accept you and respect you. Someday they're going to be able to come forward and tell you. Please be patient. Okay. This has been your reading. I hope it has helped you. So glad that you were here with me today. If you would be so kind as to take this a couple of seconds to hit the thumbs up on the video if you like the reading, I'd really appreciate that. That helps get it out to more people that need the guidance, that need to see the messages. If you subscribe, you'll be the first to see my new videos as they come out. I post a couple a week. You won't miss anything. And if you hit the all then as well, you'll get all the notifications as they come up. Thank you so much, beautiful people. I will see you next time. Hello to everyone that chose option 3. That is the copper and stone that's been treated for this beautiful rainbow effect with the Good Witch Tarot. I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. And I pre-shuffled some of your cards to kind of make the videos just a little bit faster. I tend to be a little long-winded when I get information. I don't want to leave anything out. So I try to make it a little shorter for you. Ace of Swords. Strength. 6 of Swords reversed. 5 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. And 5 of Swords. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull clarifiers from the Witch's Tarot. Spirit, please make me a clear and accurate channel for messages for the Twin Flame Collective watching this reading. Please let all messages come through be for the highest good of the watcher and everyone involved. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors for being with me here today and always. I've lit a candle and I've saged the space and we're ready to go. So, clarifiers. The question is, what are Divine Masculine's plans? We want to know what he has planned or is planning, tangible steps for the future. So, we've got the Ace of Swords. Please clarify, Spirit, the Ace of Swords. Please show me why the Ace of Swords is here. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Why is the Strength card here? Shadow side. Why is the Six of Swords here? Why is the Six of Swords here? Oops, got a couple here. Got Four of Swords reversed. Got Knight of Swords reversed. And we got Queen of Cups reversed. Now I just want to show that this deck is really mainly upright. Like the pink is upright. The blue is reversed. So these were supposed to be reversed. They really were supposed to come out that way. Just wanted to point that out. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Why is the Five of Pentacles here in Divine Masculine's plans? What is the Five of Pentacles about? This feeling left out in the cold energy. This feeling left out, abandoned. We've got the King of Pentacles. Okay. The Ten of Wands. What's this heavy burden about? Put it on the floor. Oh, and there's two. We've got the Empress. And then we've got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, that makes sense. Five of Swords. What's the Five of Swords here for? What's this conflict about? Dropping things. Two of Cups. Okay. And then I'm going to pull another clarifier for some of these with the Island Time Wellness deck. So we can just get extra clear messages. So we've got the Ace of Swords clarified by the Four of Pentacles. Why is that here? What is the Ace here for? What is the Ace here for? Okay. Heart with a key. Okay. What is the Strength here for that's clarified by the Shadow side? Why is the Strength here? What is the Divine Masculine planning? that he needs strength for? What is Divine Masculine planning that he needs such strength for? Why is this here with the shadow side clarifying? One tried to flip out and then went back. Okay, clock. Okay. I feel like this is super clear already. Six of Swords. So I'm going to go to the Five of Pentacles. What is the Five of Pentacles here? This feeling abandoned or left out. Clarified with the King of Pentacles. Why is this in Divine Masculine's plans? This feeling left out, feeling abandoned. Camera. I feel like I want one more on that actually. What is this? A feeling of abandonment or being left out in Divine Masculine's plans? What is that about? Shuffling too close to myself here. I'm trying to stay out of the camera range with all my hair. Gets in the way sometimes. Okay. What is the Five of Pentacles here for? What's that about? The Chaser. So sorry about that. Option 3, people. I had a little family interruption, but I'm back. Let's go ahead and finish pulling our clarifiers from the Island Time Wellness. We pulled last the Chaser for the Five of Pentacles, and I'm going to pull one for the Five of Swords. Already clarified now by the Two of Cups. One more clarifier, Spirit, for the Five of Swords. Why is the Five of Swords here? Five of Swords here. Why is the Five of Swords here? Spirit, show me really clearly what this has to do with Divine Masculine's plans. You got Coffee Cup, meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. I think I'm going to pull one more. I feel like I just want a little more clarity on that. I just feel like there's one more thing here. How else can we clarify the Five of Swords? Girl with a snake, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enabled, boundaries. Okay. And the bottom of the deck energy here is seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. So in this reading, particularly for option 3, there is a karmic situation of some sort. I don't know if it's a romantic karmic relationship or just a sexual karmic relationship. We'll get to that in just a moment. But I feel strongly that's definitely a factor. And the Hanged Man is the bottom of the deck energy for the Witch's Tarot. That was our other clarifier. So let's just hang on to those and I'll just kind of remember that they're there. Okay, so in Divine Masculines, your Divine Masculines plans that he is making or has made, the first thing we're looking at is the Ace of Swords. Okay, the Ace of Swords is about bringing clarity and communication. Divine Masculine has a plan to bring forth clarity in this connection. That is something he hasn't done yet. You are still in the dark about his plans, but I'm feeling like he's been really holding on to the information, like not sharing it, not giving it. The Four of Pentacles is really about like holding back, holding on. You know, sometimes it's holding on to money or possessions. In this case, it's really holding on to information. Okay? He hasn't been informing you of what's going on in his life. So he's building a plan to come forth with that information. And then the other clarifier here is heart with a key.
welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together. Perfect. This clarity that he's bringing is definitely to his divine feminine, because she is the key to his lock. I actually got this card in one of the other options, and I just feel like this is kind of a theme right now, is the divine masculine is really learning who his true counterpart is, who the key that fits his lock to his heart. And he knows he needs to bring the clarity. He can't keep holding back like this. So it's in the works to bring forth communication. So that's really good. This is one of his plans, part of his planning. Let's look at strength. So in divine masculine plans, he's understanding he's gonna really need to have strength to carry out what he wants to accomplish. Part of that has to do with the shadow side. We all have shadow work to do in these twin flame connections. And he knows that he's not finished with his shadow work. He's in it, okay? And he knows he's going to have a lot of strength to get through it. He also knows with the clock here that it needs time. It takes time. These cycles need to heal. It takes time to heal, progress. This clock is really clarifying that this shadow work that he's doing is taking some time. It's taking some strength to stay away from the divine feminine while he does it too. Because, we want each other. We're drawn to each other. But to get through the shadow work, we really have to do that on our own. And I don't mean on our own as far as no help from anywhere. I mean without our counterpart. We bounce off of each other too easily. When we need help to getting through our shadow work, generally we reach out to someone we respect, a spiritual person, a holy person, maybe a parent, maybe a grandparent, maybe a good friend, someone that we respect, a counselor, okay? There are a lot of ways to get through the shadow side, and you don't have to do it alone, but it takes strength to stay out, keep your counterpart, put up a boundary, and don't let them in during this period, because it is so painful, it is so difficult, and you do want your person, but you also know that you have to learn your lessons yourself to really get through them properly, and it takes time. So part of divine masculine's plans right now is to really keep his strength up, keep that boundary up between him and divine feminine until he's really gone through this shadow work and completed the parts of it that he needs to complete in order to come into union in a healthy way. We're all always going to have shadow to work on, and we're always going to have things to work on, even if after we're in union. There's a fallacy that we have to be completely healed in order to be in union, and that's totally not true. We are never completely healed. We're always working on ourselves. We're always learning and growing and healing and getting hurt and healing again. It's part of the human experience. But there are specific things that we have to really heal and get through before we can be in true union, in a successful, happy union, without causing each other more pain and strife. So, and that's very individual. There's not a manual out there that tells you, I have to complete step A, B, C, and D. You really just have to figure out for yourself what is holding me back. What is making me cause pain to others? What is, what am I holding on to that is causing me pain and making me unavailable emotionally? So it's really individual. You're going to have to figure out for yourself what you need to heal. It's just finding those pain points can be challenging. I actually have a private reading that I do where we go through the timeline of your life. And, this is not meant to be an advertisement for that, but just so you know, and other readers, I think out there do that too. There's a medium here locally where I live in Oregon that also does this, where we go through kind of the timeline of your life and look at the pain points and figure out where the major blocks are and how to work on healing those. So if you want to book that with me, you can. Or if you want to go out and, find counseling elsewhere, do that. Sometimes we just need help to figure out what needs to be healed. But part of Divine Masculine's plan is to keep his strength up, keep his boundaries up, and do his work. Take the time needed with this clock. Okay, so in Divine Masculine's plans, next we have the Six of Swords reversed. Now, Six of Swords upright is all about leaving a painful situation and sailing away, moving away to calmer waters, calmer emotional territory when it's upright. It's like moving away from something. So Divine Masculine knows that he is in his shadow work and it's a painful place, and he is not running from it. He's not trying to get away from it. He's facing his shadow, and it is hard. It is painful, but he's not trying to get away from it. He's not running from it, and this is a really healthy place to be. This is a great card to get here right after we're looking at the strength and the shadow. He's going to face it, and he's going to do the work. That's in his plans. That's also clarified by the Five of Swords in reverse. He's coming out of conflict. He's coming out, he's been conflicted about facing the shadow side. It's hard. Nobody really wants to face their demons, or however you want to call it, your pain points, your blocks, your shadow, your demons. It's really hard to face. And he's not conflicted about facing that anymore. He's going to do it. And then we also have King of Swords in reverse. He is not cutting this out of his life. It's so much easier when you're faced with your shadow, when you're faced with those painful past experiences, whatever is causing your shadow side. It's really easy to just cut that out and say, I don't want to deal with it, and numb yourself with maybe some kind of addiction, maybe alcohol, maybe drugs, maybe sex, maybe food, maybe, whatever it is, video games, gambling, whatever it is that you do to avoid doing the work, right? He's not cutting out the work anymore. He's cutting out the things that were masking this work. So that's really good. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. Queen of Cups energy, when it's upright, is about mastering your emotions, being in a really beautiful emotional place. He's not really in a beautiful emotional place right now. He's in a shadow place, and he knows it, but he's not running from it. He's not conflicted about it, even though it's painful, even though he's not in a really comfortable, loving energy right now, because going through shadow, you have to go through a lot of work. He's going to do it, okay? He's not running from it. Despite the discomfort, despite the pain, he's still doing it. And that's what we need to do. So the Five of Pentacles, this fear of abandonment, this feeling out in the cold, feeling abandoned. Okay. Let's look at the King of Pentacles. He's been in this abandonment energy. This Divine Masculine, or this collective of masculines, has a fear of abandonment issues. They have some kind of issue, something that happened when they were young, where they felt abandoned, maybe by a parent, maybe by someone else really close to them. Maybe someone died. It's not necessarily intentional. Abandonment issues just come from losing your sense of security when you're young. Something happened to this Divine Masculine where they did lose some kind of sense of security. Maybe a parent left. Maybe a parent died. Maybe a parent injured them in some way. Maybe they had an abusive parent in some way where they lost their sense of security. But look at this. We've got the King of Pentacles clarifying this. The King of Pentacles is basically saying, I'm getting stable. I have plans to work on my abandonment issues. I know I have abandonment issues, and I want to be stable and secure. And then we have the Chaser, which is
Let's read this. Codependent, fear of abandonment, okay? So, again, masculine knows this is a double confirmation that he needs to work on this fear of abandonment and get into a healthier place where he understands that not everyone is going to do that to him, that he doesn't have to be afraid that his feminine is going to abandon him in his time of need. He's not going to put himself out there, and the feminine is not going to reject him out of hand in a painful way. Maybe deal back karma to him that he earned by his treatment of her. And then we have camera. It's reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past, making memories. He's learning from this past. He's been in this energy for so long, this fear of abandonment, and it may have been really buried deep, so he didn't even understand all the different ways it was manifesting in his life in negative ways and affecting his relationships with people. He wants to learn from this past. He wants to make new memories. He wants to be out of this energy, and he has real plans to work on this. He's getting some kind of counseling or some kind of help, or he has plans to do that. So this is really, really good. The next piece of Divine Masculine's plans has to do with the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is all about carrying way too heavy of a burden. This could be addictions. This could be carrying addictions to anything. It could be addiction to work, overworking, feeling like your self-worth is all tied up in how much money you can provide or how many things you can provide. It can be about addictions to alcohol, drugs, sex, food, gambling, all of those different things. This could be carrying the burden for too many people. Maybe this masculine is an overgiver. Divine feminines, we know all about overgiving. Masculines do know about this too sometimes. Sometimes masculines are also overgiving, feeling like their worth is all tied up into what they can give. And so they hook up with people who are takers, who take, and they end up with this really heavy burden. So part of this masculine's plans is to put down this burden, to learn to balance what they give, to learn to balance out their passions and, not numb themselves with addictions, to get out of their whatever they are using to prop up their self-esteem. They need to get into self-love and into self-esteem where they don't need these crutches to feel enough. They don't need to overgive to feel enough. They don't need to over-provide to feel enough. And they don't need gambling, sex, money, food, whatever it is to numb the feeling of not enough. So Divine Masculine knows that this is an issue in his life, and he is planning to work on this. He is planning maybe to get counseling, maybe to get into AA, maybe to open up to friends and family and allow them to help him so he doesn't have to carry this whole load by himself. He doesn't have to. No one should have to carry the whole load by themselves. Clarifying that Ten of Wands, we've got the Empress, and then we've got the Two of Pentacles. Part of this heavy burden from the masculine has been juggling his Empress. The Empress is representing the Divine Feminine here, and the Divine Masculine has been juggling her for far too long. He wants her in his life. He keeps her close energetically, but he doesn't set down the other burdens so he can fully be in union with her. He's still got other things. Maybe he's got a karmic that he's juggling. Maybe he's got a karmic family member, a romantic partner, a karmic job, anything that keeps him away from full union with his Divine Feminine. And so he's understanding he's got to let go of the juggling energy and refocus on his Divine Feminine, and he has plans to do that.
Maybe one of the things he's putting down is an addiction. Maybe one of the things he's putting down is overgiving. This juggling energy, a karmic energy, can be anything. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner or a sexual partner. It could be a number of things that, you know, you just have too many balls in the air, too many wands on your back. He's planning to fix that. He's working on it. That's lovely. And last, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is about a hollow victory. This is about having a fight and someone loses and someone wins. And it may not be the lovely outcome that you wanted. You know, I think he had this hollow victory. I get the real feeling that his divine feminine and another feminine energy, I feel like two feminine energies were in this fight with the divine masculine. And, you know, it almost feels like third party interference. It really feels like third party interference. We had the seduction. Let's look at that again as the overall energy. So I do actually feel like it's a romantic, or I would actually say a sexual partnership here, that it's like there's this triangle, divine feminine, karmic, and divine masculine, for this collective. And one of these heavy burdens with the Ten of Wands is this karmic. And, you know, we have the Two of Cups here clarifying the Five of Swords. The Two of Cups is about union between the five of the divine masculine and divine feminine. So divine masculine knows that he's going to have to put an end to something. You can't ride, you know, what is the saying? It was from a movie and it popped into my head and it popped out, and I've used it before. You can't ride a horse with two butts, basically. You can't, you know, one person here can only really entertain fully one other person, and then there's two people in divine masculine sphere. So he's got to give up one, and he knows that someone's going to get hurt. But, you know, he also knows that divine feminine is his Two of Cups. He's, you know, this is his wish fulfillment. He knows he's got to drop this karmic energy, and someone's going to get hurt. And divine masculine is not the kind of person that really wants to hurt anyone. So he's worried about this, okay? And you got the Coffee Cup clarifying again. Meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. He needs to have this chat with divine feminine and let her know where he's at. Let her know that he's coming toward her and dropping the karmic. And then we have clarifying the Five of Swords, the girl with the snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm. Most divine masculines are light workers. If not, I would say all are light workers. And light workers tend to be empathic. So this divine masculine, or collective of divine masculines that we're reading for right now in option number 3, is empathic. Okay, they're kind. They're loving. They feel pain of other people when they're in pain. And he's been in relationship with this karmic partner, and I believe it started out as a seduction, a sexual attraction, and kind of blew out of proportion from there. I don't think there was love here. I think this karmic may have portrayed it as love, but I don't think it was really love, because we've got our girl with the snake. I believe that this karmic is narcissistic, and empaths, narcissists feed off of empaths. That's a normal thing. It happens. Being charmed or used, needing boundaries. It's like this karmic has been using this masculine, but he's empathic, he's kind. He doesn't actually want to hurt this person. He's been in a relationship with this person, probably has genuine feelings for this person, but I don't believe that the person had genuine feelings back. I think she was using him. And so there's got to be this kind of final
decision made, this fight where, you know, he cuts out the karmic, and the divine feminine he goes toward. He's got to cut out the girl with the snake. And he's making plans. He knows who this karmic is, but that doesn't make the action of leaving any easier because he's a good person. It's just tough when you're a good person. You don't ever want to hurt anybody, even if they do have problems, even if they aren't on the up and up. You know, it's just hard to actually take that action, but it's in his plans to take that action and leave that karmic. Okay. I feel like we've got that down. We know what Divine Masculine's plans are for option number 3. Let's get you some channeled messages. I'm going to start with Mystic Moon Oracle Spirit of Darkness and Light Divination deck. And I'm just going to ask Spirit, is there a message here from the Watcher's counterpart, from the Watcher's Divine Masculine? Is there a message that the Watcher's Divine Masculine would like their Divine Feminine to know? I always take these upright. Spirit of the Giraffe. I've never seen that. That's cute. Perception, foresight, advantage. Divine Masculine, your Divine Masculine wants you to know that he's starting to really see things for what they are. The veil is lifting from his eyes, and he's starting to recognize people and things in his life, situations in his life that are not for his highest good. He's starting to have foresight. He's starting to be able to see the future and what he wants it to be. And he's planning for an advantage for the connection with the Divine Feminine. His plans are to make an advantageous future for the two of them. It's a very peaceful energy in this card. It's a very enlightened and uplifting energy. Your masculine wants you to know that he's seeing and he's planning. Okay? Let's go ahead and get a message. Dropped a stone there. A message from the Messages of Love Oracle cards. Is there a message from the Watcher's Divine Masculine? Is there something that he wants his Divine Feminine to know right now? Regret. Someone feels remorse for the way that they treated you. Yeah. Your Divine Masculine feels really bad. He knows that he didn't do the things that he should have. He had lessons to learn, and the split, you know, the separation, it was divinely guided. You both had lessons to learn to be able to be in a harmonious union and be truly happy together for a long-term commitment. He really regrets the way that it ended, though. He probably did or said things that he didn't mean. You know, often as divine counterparts, we use the technique of finding our counterpart's hot button. What's gonna make them want to really be away from me? I know this person because this person really is, you know, the puzzle piece that fits yours in the universe. You guys are mirrors. You know, we mirror each other. We know each other really on a soul level. And so we know what to say to get the other one to go away when we want them to go away, when we need them, when we need space, when we need to run, you know, when we have that fear. Yeah, so your Divine Masculine just wants you to understand. He regrets it. And when he does come forward, he's going to tell you. All right. Well, this has been your reading. I hope it's been helpful for you. I hope it's resonated. Please do remember you're tapping into your intuition and only internalizing what fits your story. That's really important. If you would be so kind, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up. like the video. When you do that, it gets out to more people. It hits an algorithm with YouTube, and they'll get the messages out to people that need them, and that's why I'm here. That's what I want to do. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. It's new and I'm really trying to grow it. If you do and you hit that little all, you'll get notifications and be the first one to see my videos when they come out. I put a couple out a week. I do a mirror message and I do a pick a card every week right now, and eventually hopefully I'll have more time to bump that up and do some more. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.